What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Lady Scrap. You know, your favorite Damu from the West Side Fruits. We have a lady in the building. She called in. She's on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast. Nevertheless, we make this shit happen. Say something to make sure that they can hear you.
What's up? It's Lady Revenge, formerly known as Lover Girl Ruby.
Come on. And she's not
What's
anonymous.
up?
Yeah, she's not anonymous. That's a Lady Revenge in this motherfucker. And I found her on Instagram, y'all, because she is definitely hilarious and serious at the same fucking time.
Such a rebel. Such a rebel.
Yeah, vigilante at its finest. But I said, let me pick her brain. Let me see what's going on. You already know we all got a story to tell. There's so many stereotypes in life. And I just said, hey, fuck it. She's a mother. She's experienced shit. Life is life. And why not get her perspectives and views on how shit is happening for her?
For sure. And I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to share my side. I'm glad to be able to connect with you and your fan base and just tell them a little bit more of how I got here, how I became Lady Revenge.
Yes. Where were you born and raised?
Born and raised in upstate New York.
Okay.
A small town. It's called Rochester. It's not too far from Buffalo area. Most people are familiar with Buffalo because of the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
But it's about like 6 hours from New York City.
Okay. I'm familiar with Rochester. I'm a Jay-Z fan. Being a West Coast chick, I'm a Jay-Z fan. So knowing shit about New York is just crazy. It's like a fucking almanac. I know shit about New York. Syracuse, it's just a fucking city you can't name it. I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, I've heard of it. Or no, I haven't.
Exactly.
But okay. So growing up in Rochester, what is that like? Paint that picture.
Growing up in Rochester is it's a small town. It's a poverty city.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not, it's a lot of houses, like ran down local shops. So nothing like glitz and glamorous.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm Afro-Latina.
Okay.
My dad is Haitian and Dominican. My mom is Puerto Rican. So growing up in Rochester, I'm cool with everyone, even the whites. Everyone just come together. It's a small town. Yeah. So we're involved. People will tell you, even though we're a small town, we all treat each other with respect and love. There's a lot of violence going on now. However, back in the 90s, it was a place where you could raise your family and stay there and be okay. Now you're like, no, I want to get out. This ain't the spot for me.
What? Okay. Yeah. I heard the fuck out of that. And you're not a gang member, gangbanger?
No, not at all, ma'am. I read my books.
Come on, you read? I'm definitely a reader, too. Nevertheless, I took another course. So, you're a parent.
There was nothing for me in that town, so I left, and now I'm in Georgia.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how old were you when you moved?
This was just 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Since I moved.
All right.
I'm navigating Georgia still. Atlanta's so big. There's so much to learn, so I'm really taking the time to navigate and, go out, branch off, and just find
learn.
places that are trending and others.
Where is that? Right. Yeah, my brother's out there. I just left out there. We will definitely network once we stop recording. So I can give you, give you some tips or just, some suggestions.
It's a sweet state. I like it.
I like it too. I'm not even mad at that. I like it too.
Leaving. No, I won't leave.
Say that. Come on, turn up for Georgia. She said she ain't going nowhere. Fuck New York. That was my words, not hers. You're a mother, right?
Yeah, I am. My daughter will be 10 this year.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And how did you feel when you first found out you were pregnant?
So I was 17. It was my senior high school year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
However, a lot of my cousins, mostly my older cousins, they were already mothers.
Okay.
So it really wasn't a shock. I just knew that I could do it because my community.
The examples,
they were already mothers. Yeah. So I knew that. Even though I felt pressure, I just felt like it's something that I could, I could do. I could take on. Right.
Yeah. And was high school harder when you became pregnant and realized you were going to have your kid?
Thankfully, it was my senior year. So, in New York, when you're a senior, you only got about, 2 classes. So I would be, I'll go to school at 7 and be out by, 10 in the morning.
Okay.
9, rather. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did it right.
But, yeah, it still was challenging just because, you're young. You don't even have that much life experience. You don't even got credit. Let's be honest. Who has? Unless you were born in a good family and you have a silver spoon.
Right, that just set you up. Yeah.
right. But of course, I knew at least her dad is, an amazing guy. We went to high school together,
Okay.
so it wasn't like I fell in love with a stranger, so to say. We had
Right.
spent time in
Y'all had a
school, and 12 months
foundation.
after. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You guys are still together or no?
Yeah, we not together.
Come on. Is that what brought about Lady Revenge
After
or
10
no?
years, after 10 years, me and that
Really?
guy, we are no longer together.
So
Everything seemed dreamy.
yeah.
When we
Yeah.
moved to Georgia, and then we
Okay.
started meeting new friends, and these group of friends just were like a group of single friends. And I don't judge, right? Like if I'm not, I don't have low confidence level. If you want to go out, hang out, I'ma trust you. However, he violated that trust, and I just couldn't. I forgave him to an extent, but I'm not gonna get back with him, because you can forgive, but you don't got to put yourself back in the situation.
Exactly. Especially if you feel like it's a repetitive behavior. So saying that, you just feel like it was a bad influence on him.
I do.
The move,
yeah.
to say.
I think that now forward, I believe that men that are taken should hang out with other guys that are either, that's dating or are in serious relationships. I don't really think they should be, with that other percentage, but okay.
Okay.
I don't want to get beat up.
I had asked a married couple one time, do they feel like they could still have single friends, or should married people stick with married people, single people stick with single people? And it sounds like you're saying, hey, we had a 10-year, we was common law married. Really, we had a good fucking structure.
I was engaged.
Found somebody that was
we had
stable in a relationship. Yeah, you agree with that?
For sure, 100%.
Okay. They weren't the downfall. He was the downfall.
He was a downfall, but the environment definitely supported the downfall. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Where you have a group of married men, they're gonna be like, man, you'll think about what you got home. But when you got these people that don't got nothing home, they're like, yeah, you one of us. You blend in with one of us. So yeah, they influenced. They had a little bit of influence. He did it, but yeah.
Right.
The surrounding circumstances, that played a part.
Yes. And what made you say, you know what? I'ma just get even?
I felt like, I honestly feel like as a woman, men dish things out that they can't handle themselves.
Okay.
And that's when I wanted to get my get back, because, I would hope for the possible. I could have forgave him, and I could have hoped for the possibility of like things coming together. However, that's not what I wanted.
Okay.
I felt like I'd invested a lot into this partnership, relationship.
Yeah.
And so,
the ship.
so it was an emotional battle that I had to choose myself after being betrayed.
That makes sense.
That hurt me. I was frustrated. Just because it's like, wow, you go out one time and then the story, it's bad when the story is made up.
Yeah.
That's when you feel like, you know what, you just violated me.
Just saying crazy shit.
You violated my mental health. You violated me emotionally.
That's a fact.
So
I had a person say to me one time, you got mad at me over a lie. It's not like I cheated or I hit you. I said the fact that you trying to put like limitations on hurt, or you're trying to fucking like justify where I'm saying you were wrong, is crazy.
That's it. That's when I was like, so because it's a lie, it should be treated differently?
Yeah.
Like, no. It shouldn't.
It's still a violation. I can't
It was
trust
annoying.
you.
It was annoying having to explain that to him, especially when he's like, it's just a lie. You know what? All right.
Right.
I'm going to dish something out. Let's see if you're going to be able to handle these lies, because all I do is lie now. All I do is lie to him.
Come on, all I do. Vindictive. Lady Revenge, people. Let's not forget her name. Don't get the smack of your teeth and raising eyebrows. She told you what it was. Okay? She was a ruby. She tried to be a diamond, and the revenge came about. That's just the point.
Okay. I'm proud.
Did you experience postpartum?
I don't think I did, just because my community and my village were there. They were always there around. So I got to still feel like myself and hang out with my friends and also be a mom. That helped a lot. You gotta have a strong village. You gotta have grandmas on both sides. I think his mom being involved definitely helped, because there's times where my mom cut it, and his mom's definitely cut it.
That definitely makes sense. Yeah, say that. It ain't just one grandparent.
It ain't just, don't rely on just your mama.
Yeah, don't do that,
that
people.
boy mama got a year. She
and
gotta
don't
take
be on some fuck his mama. Nah, that's his mama's son. Like, talk to the lady. Get a lady a chance. Yeah, you never know. Do you feel like baby dolls are making teenage moms, or like the cause of teen pregnancy?
Nah, I don't think so. I think it's music more so. I think it's the influence of music before baby dolls, because we are nurturers.
Okay.
So whatever it was, as a woman, whatever relationship or contact we have with a person or an animal, we gonna nurture it. That's just in us. However, music though,
yeah,
they got a heavy influence on having sex, unprotected sex, toxic love, settling.
And it definitely comes in the nursery rhyme form. Not like that, people, but like that. We listen to jingles.
Stay on to the street lamps. It's no longer music saying, go back home, go in. No, it's like we outside when the street lamps are on. Like,
As you said that, it's so true. And I'm also trying to figure out, because, I'm in my 30s, but I'm listening like, damn, the music wasn't telling me to go in the house either. They was telling my mama. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It ain't really been telling us to go in the house for a while now. So I don't know. Because back that ass up came out in the 90s. We can't forget.
And what happened that night? Nothing good happened that night. We know that.
That's a fact. Just like today. It still ain't nothing good happening that night. You are right about that. Pay attention, people. History is repeating itself. It's the little things. You just got to catch on to the little things, is all we're fucking saying. On a lighter note, would you marry an illegal citizen?
I probably would, because my dad was technically an illegal citizen.
Okay, you understand the immigration situations, how they need help.
Yeah, for sure. And and honestly, I don't judge. I feel like if you're from a different country, that doesn't make you less than of a human.
Okay.
I don't think it makes you less than of a worker.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
What makes a woman a woman?
What makes her devotion, love, gentleness.
Okay.
Because again, you can be a woman, but you can like the same sex, and you don't want to be considered a woman because you want to take on a more male role.
Okay, come on, say that.
But you'd be like, you always ask who's the woman in the relationship, even if they're dating someone of the same sex, and you got the one that's like, it's me. I'm the more of the one that's more touch, gentle and
softer,
just
all of that.
Yeah, softer. Yeah, so all of those qualities.
Okay, makes sense. What is your definition of loyalty?
My definition of loyalty is just sticking beside each other, sticking to the script, sticking to the goal, regardless
not straying
of
away,
the events,
distractions, obstacles. That makes sense. What's the scariest part about being a parent?
I think the scariest part is when they get older, when you don't have much control. As they get older, you kind of, they don't really. You don't got the influence anymore, so to say. It ain't no come around you. You don't get in trouble.
Yeah. The voices is okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Is there a right or wrong way to grieve?
I think the right way would be seeking therapy, because better days are ahead.
Okay.
I think the wrong way is staying, sitting in a funk, blaming yourself.
Dwelling
on it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when it comes to Lady Revenge, how'd you get that name?
I got it because I was Lover Girl Ruby. So now the girl is a lady. Okay, because I know what I want now. Moving forward, I know what I want and I know what I do and what I won't do with my next, with my next person. What I want, what I don't want, and then it's no more lover. It's now revenge.
That's just moving forward, or you feel like that's for that situation? Like this is the time
for the situation. I think the lover girl still in me. I think the right man will bring it out of me. I just think that for now, though, I gotta protect myself and just, that little fairy tale mindset that every female have when they meet a guy, because we fall in love with potential.
That's a
we
fact.
fall in love with what it could be.
Yeah,
expectations. And I feel like being Lady Revenge helps me protect my heart.
Makes sense.
And not fall in love with the fairy tale, but what I'm seeing.
Is it a good thing to tell social media you're in a relationship?
I think it is. I think, whatever works for you. If you want to, display your love out loud publicly, that's a great thing.
Okay.
If you want to keep it under wraps, until things cool out, because you got a lot of things, circumstances, like baby dad play a pack, family, they get petty, they don't want to watch your kid or whatever. Make life easier for you. If you feel like it's going to make it hard for you, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't post it.
That's a fact. They only know what you show them. We only know what you tell us. Keep that in mind, people. What's the difference between a father and a daddy?
That's a good question. A father is anyone, because they're gonna, when you fill out paperwork, are you a father? Is that your child? But a daddy is someone who's there with the small talk, the small things and the big things.
That makes
someone
sense.
who, instills good habits.
Okay.
Show kid from right from wrong.
Right. A mentor in a sense.
Exactly. Because a father is anyone. A daddy is the one.
Is it something wrong with telling a man he's pretty or beautiful?
I don't think so at all. Men are human.
Yeah.
Every man has a different love language. Every man has a struggle. And if you're able to speak to his heart, speak to his soul, and if that's what he needs to hear, because all his life he heard he was an ugly bastard or whatever his parents, whatever he heard in his childhood, we're going to give that man what he needs to keep flourishing.
Right. Because I have talked to a lot of fucking men being a gang member, gang banger, and I have realized that mothers don't be calling, they don't say that they're beautiful or pretty. They gonna get them handsome, and I feel like that's like the only term of endearment they hear. Really. They don't hear a lot of endearing words to where it's kind of offsetting or makes them a little uncomfortable. If you said that, like, you a pretty motherfucker, no matter how you said it.
That's how I put it.
You know what I mean?
That's how I put it in that term. Yeah, it's still with a little touch of masculinity.
Right.
But you are. Know, look at your teeth, baby. They pretty. Right. Oh, baby, look at your hands are pretty. You know what I'm saying?
Agree.
You got pretty feet, babe.
Come on, pretty feet. Now, that's rare. Where you at? You niggas got some pretty feet? I thought y'all said pretty feet pics. Fuck these dick pics. It's 2025. Show me your feet. Let me see your toes.
Let me dare you.
I challenge you.
Taking your body tan.
What's a hater statement?
A hater statement?
Yeah, like something a hater would say.
Maybe like they'll compare, a lot of comparing statements to make you feel down, make themselves feel better.
Okay.
Like, or make you doubt yourself, like a lot of, like their opinion. Just, it's not even a statement, it's their opinion. Really. I
get that. Can infidelity rumors kill your relationship? Remember, it's a rumor.
It sure can.
Okay.
It sure can. If you ain't doing anything to offer reassurance, then yeah, that's, gotta do it.
Because actions speak louder than words. Yeah, I get that. I agree with that. If your spouse gets invited to their ex's wedding, are you jealous or protective over the situation?
First of all, how did he even get an invitation?
They cool. They can be friends. They cool.
They cool.
Yeah, they friends.
Maybe they belong together. Maybe,
Now he needs to go fuck with her all the way.
He need to go fuck her all the way. Because why did
Never.
If you don't got no children, you know what I'm saying, I can see you bring the children to the wedding, you can come, you invited, cool.
Okay.
But if they don't got nothing attached to them, yeah, they might have to reconcile and get together. They miss it. They just moving on to hurt one another, but they really love each other. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, okay. It's just something they holding on to, something they not letting go. I get that. What's a love tap?
What's a love? What was that?
Yeah, a love tap.
I think that's a kiss, isn't it?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Your opinion.
I think that's a kiss.
Okay,
I think
it's
that's
a kiss.
A love tap. A love kiss. A love smooch on the forehead or something.
Okay, that's a love tap. You see that, people? It comes in different forms and ways.
I'm like, oh,
yeah, everybody's different. Is date night important?
Date night is super important. It's good to just go out and try different activities and see how one another respond to challenges or just a game or whatever y'all doing. If y'all go bowling, you want to see how that person responds to losing and winning, right? Or that's just if they're competitive, see their competitive nature. So you get a lot when you go out on date nights. You see another side to a person and just their chill, laid back side.
Um, what you doing if your best friend wears your underwear? Let me give you the scenario because we heard the silence. We heard the pause. So I know a person that had like a lingerie set, and her best friend ended up wearing it, and it was not a brand new lingerie set. Tags were broken, like shit had already been worn, just to like let the people know. And the best friend still wore the shit, had the
Yeah,
shit.
no. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I would do instead? We gonna go out. We gonna get you a lingerie front. We gonna spend 20 on a little piece. We gonna go to the hair store. At
Come on,
least
some
the hair
floss.
store, they always got it
They gonna
15,
get you
20.
some floss. Yeah.
And we gonna get you a new one, best friend. Because I'm gonna look out for her. I'm not gonna want her to do that either. I get that she want to be romantic. She probably is interested in this guy. She don't want to let him down. So I'm gonna aid her in that way financially to making sure she gets her own and have her feel good about it.
She done wore yours. You said, okay, so you're in need. That's what
You're in
telling
need
me.
if you're asking to wear my lingerie. That's what I'm hearing.
No, she didn't even ask. No, she wore it, took it, put it on. She didn't even ask you.
Oh yeah, that's different. See, we could have worked something out, but I don't know. I don't, friends give signs. So if this is a friend that just took your lingerie, I'm pretty sure she's taking more. And you just let her in your life, like you're just blind to.
Come on, it's the bigger picture. All right.
It is.
Could you marry a porn star?
I couldn't. That's just not for me. I don't want to imagine it.
Content creation is a thing. You know, people got OnlyFans. They be doing content. You can marry that person. No.
Yeah, I'm good. I couldn't. I'm good on you.
Come on, you ain't even dating them.
You're no good. Yeah, your damaged goods.
Oh shit, not they damaged goods.
Your damaged goods. Look.
Community.
Yeah, for sure.
What is one thing you never wanted to do?
Hey, hold on. Going back to the last question, because I know that there's like strippers and stuff like that, and they deserve love. But my thing is, if you're a man and that's the way that you feel like that's the only way you can get money, I'm gonna take that into consideration. So I wouldn't date a OnlyFans guy, whatever.
Right.
Just because it's just telling you could do, you could do other things. You are a man, okay? Like it's not. We got beautiful breasts. We got things that like are gazeful. But all you got is a penis. Like,
come on,
in a third chest. But let's go.
Oh shit! What is one thing you never wanted to do? Or I guess never want to do.
Never wanted to? Yeah. Honestly, for real, I don't think I ever want to have a threesome. And I know I get chewed up for this. I don't ever want to have a threesome. And I'm okay with that. I like to, keep it between two. I'm still old-fashioned in that regards. I still feel like, you don't share the bed because that's where you invite problems you may or may not. Yeah. I've heard of, successful relationships where they invite someone and it's going good and it's still going strong to this day. But then I've heard of the crazy stories. I'm just like, I'm good on it. I don't ever want to experience that.
That's a fact. Yeah. How would you feel if your mom dated your ex? Your ex dated your mom?
Well, if my ex dated my mom, how would I feel? I'd probably be triggered.
Okay, sure. That's honest. Yeah.
What do you mean? like, okay, honest. You went behind my back and dated my mom. But thankfully, my mom is a Christian woman. I don't think she'll go for that. But okay. I know it happens. And I'm not saying anything because it be the ones. But I'm just saying that she's just diplomatic. She has a more diplomatic nature.
Saying that, are you religious?
I am, so I don't consider myself a Christian. However, I do consider myself a believer.
Okay.
And of the kingdom of God, there's a difference between Christianity and knowing the kingdom of God. So I'm more leaning toward the side of, I know that there's a kingdom, there was a king who wanted to establish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get where you're going with that.
Yep.
Hopefully the people
if you know history, then you know. If
you know
I'm history, like, then you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Pay attention, people. That's
but
it.
Just the plan didn't go through, and here we are.
Do you feel like religions are cults?
Not really.
Okay.
Some can be, yeah, depending on the teaching.
Okay, depending on the teaching. Yeah, say that. If you had a warning label, what would it say?
Think twice before you cross me. Like a street. Like the motherfucking streets. Think twice before you cross me. But both ways. Check all your surroundings before you cross me, baby.
That's like a dysfunction or a toxic trait. Like, what you telling the people to be aware of?
Just because my get back, my revenge list is so damn. My revenge list is so damn. Yeah, it's evil. Even the devil himself sits back, be like, damn.
Say that.
I don't gotta do much. Yeah, because I'm gonna get him. Don't worry. But I'm a believer in the kingdom. But I'm a believer of, you know what I'm saying? You gotta sometimes teach people not to play with you, that you're not the one. And that's not how they handle you. You have boundaries, and you are to be respected. 100%. But a warning label, I think I think I know what you're saying. A warning label, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, just, handle with care.
Come on. Handle with care. Be cautious. Yield.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is trust earned or given with you?
Trust is given.
Okay. They lose it off the rip. You give it to them.
Yeah, I give it to them. And then, we can either maintain it or you can lose it. It goes both ways.
Would you say once a pedophile, always a pedophile?
Hell yeah.
Ain't no change in that, huh? Ain't no therapy for that, none of that.
That's the internal thing that they're going to have to take up with God.
Okay. I heard the fuck out of that. We have a few minutes left. You have a message for the youth?
My message to the youth will be, believe in yourself, no matter your circumstances. Be organized with what you want to do. If you got a goal in mind, the best way to get that you're going to achieve it is by being organized, writing it down, making a plan for yourself, and just executing it every day.
Stick with it. It's hard, y'all, but stick with it. Everybody get distracted.
Exactly.
So don't feel bad when your ADD kick in. Everybody.
Exactly.
You feel me? It's going to kick in. She just saying stick to the goal. Get a mood board, a vision board. What are they called? Put the shit out into fruition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just write it down, very detailed. Just write it down. Everything that you want and how you're going to achieve it. And that's your roadmap. That's your blueprint to achieving it.
Do you believe in taking breaks in a relationship? To figure some shit out and then come back?
I don't.
Okay. Once I let you go, you gone. That's it.
Once I let you go, you're gone. You see what happened with
the situation.
With Nelly. Yeah, with Nelly. She done let him take a break. And he done got married and 2 babies. Look at that.
What? I didn't even know that. Let me get in the shade room or something. I didn't even know that.
They were just taking a break. That man said, bye. Like, nah, we can work on it together. It's a relationship, partnership. We supposed to be able to work things out.
We're supposed to be able to
beside one another.
That's the only thing people pay attention to. The word ship is in it to sail, like to not sink. You gonna sink or swim. What's going on? Ship is in it. Ship is in friendship, relationship. You gotta shit. You gotta do shit for real. With this Nelly and Ashanti girl, this is before the baby or after the baby. I didn't know this.
Yeah, they're on a break.
Wow.
She said, we can work it. We can work it out. We can just live separately, take a break. Yeah, a lot can happen in a year, man. You might, go out somewhere and you accidentally stumble upon your soulmate, and that's it. That's all it takes.
Swear to God, last question, and you just help it come back. Do you believe that you only get one soulmate or one? I mean, or more than one?
You evolve every 5 years, they say, according to science. So
okay,
I believe I don't believe there's just one soulmate. I think as you get older, you kind of know what you want, you filter it, and you build. So I think my soulmate's still out there.
Okay, come on, say that. Say that. That was Lady Revenge, also known as Lady Ruby. We trying to get her back to Lady Ruby. At the same time, I met her as Lady Revenge, and I like Lady Revenge. Lady Revenge is hilarious. Again, though, she'd be serious as hell, though. Shout yourself out so the people can find you, look you up, hit you up.
What's again? I'm Lady Revenge. On Instagram. If you go on TikTok, oof, it's Lover Girl Ruby. I ain't changed nothing there. But, however, I'm
Yeah.
Lady Revenge on IG. Hit me up. That's where I'm at because I don't know what's gonna happen with TikTok. They saying they're gonna ban it again. So let's just make Instagram home.
Yes.
Find me
IG
home.
is where it's at. Yes, it was me, Lady Scrap, your favorite Damu. You got somebody for me to interview. You like this interview? HoodChicks35 at Gmail. Like, comment, subscribe, follow. Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, iHeart, Podbean, everywhere. Link is in the
Ow.
bio.